Hi everyone, it's Mitch, and it is Saturday, January 19th, 2019, here with your free live show. Of course, we're live 7 days a week, 365 days a year. Of course, our best bet's always over at sportschatexperts.com and sportschatplace.com Premium and Premium Plus. And of course, we have free picks on every single game, every single day at sportschatplace.com. Our best bets over at sportschatexperts.com, as well as sportschatplace.com Premium and Premium Plus. Huge card of college basketball today. We got a nice card of NBA. We've got UFC. We've got boxing. We've got hockey. We've got it all covered at Sports Chat Place. And, of course, at Sports Chat Experts, you can use the code PLAYOFF and get 15% off all purchases. I'm typing this out for you guys as I do it. Purchases today at Sports Chat Experts. Of course, this is only available at Sports Chat Experts because SportsChatPlace.com Premium and Premium Plus already discounted. Of course, on this show, we do at least 3 free picks. Want to go over a couple quick news stories. You guys know that I usually have a comment here and there about what's going on in the world of sports. I'm always a fan first, right? And the first thing is Pacquiao-Broner. We talked about it yesterday. I'm going to talk about it again today. This one is a mismatch on paper. It's a mismatch in the ring. It should be all Manny Pacquiao. There's a huge, the odds, on Pacquiao are ridiculous, but founded. I think he beats Broner to a pulp. I don't know if he knocks him out, but I think he just absolutely destroys him. But, of course, we went over that yesterday, but I just think that Broner, never quite the skill set to go with the best guys. He, acts like he's the world champ against, the lesser fighters. But against the best fighters, normally, he's on the wrong side of a beatdown. I expect to see the same tonight. And Manny Pacquiao, a lot to fight for, a lot to prove. After the way some of his things have gone in recent years. So if you're watching us on YouTube Live, you can hit the thumbs up. Greatly appreciated. Of course, if you're watching us on Facebook Live, we appreciate you as well, or on Periscope. But on YouTube, if you hit that thumbs up, takes about a half a second. Costs you nothing. And helps us a bunch. Of course, the other thing that I read about in the news yesterday, that Chris Bryant and Evan Longoria are upset that Bryce Harper and Manny Machado weren't signed. We're going to file that one in our tough shit pile, okay? Bryce Harper was offered $30 million a year and turned it down. That's why he's not signed. It's not about greed. No. He was offered $30 million a year, and he turned it down. Manny Machado has an offer for $175 million on the table, and he's not sure if he wants to take it or not. So that's why those guys are unsigned. It's not because the owners are in collusion, none of that stuff. It's because they refuse to sign the contract. That's why those guys. So it's basically I have no sympathy for baseball players who are unsigned because a $30 million a year offer wasn't good enough for them. So let's break down what that $30 million a year. There's 162 games in a baseball season. Okay, so $30 million equals, so we break it down, say quarters, right? So a quarter is 40 games, so it's 15 million that would be, or $7.5 million for 40 games, and so that would be divided by 7, so about $55,000 a game. You figure 4 at-bats a game, right? 5 at-bats a game, we'll give them the high side, maybe even 6, right? $10,000 in at-bat. That's not good enough for a guy that batted .219 last season. It's nuts. And Evan Longoria, of all people to be whining about this, he's the one who's got the shittiest contract in baseball for the team and for the fans. Who pays the bills when these players sign the contracts? Who pays the bills? We do. Screw you, Chris Bryant and Evan Longoria. Screw you, baseball. The worst sport there is, right? I mean, we only watch it because there's nothing else. As soon as football comes on in the fall, we tune baseball out. You want to talk about people that absolutely don't get it? How not to run a sports league? You go to Major League Baseball to set the example. It's ridiculous. Guy turns down a $30 million contract and people are complaining that he's not signed. That's called balls. Anyways, do at least 3 free picks every day. Best bets over at SportsChatExperts.com and SportsChatPlace.com Premium Plus. Of course, we have our best bets over at SportsChatExperts.com as well as SportsChatPlace.com Premium Plus. If you're looking for picks on specific games, that's where you find them. If you want the big games, most of mine are at Sports Chat Experts. We'll go to the NBA for our first pick. We got the Philadelphia 76ers hosting the Oklahoma City Thunder. I really like the way the Sixers are playing right now. I think that in general they've been a super public team, but I'll tell you what, lately they've been backing it up. We took them the other day and cashed on them on this show. We'll take them again today. We'll take the 76ers. We'll lay the 2 points against the Thunder, who are just 4-6 in their last 10 games. Meanwhile, the Sixers 7-3 in their last 10. We're talking just a 2-point spread. Inverse line movement in this one, but I don't care. I think it's wrong. We're just gonna go with our gut here. We're gonna take So Dustin wants to give out his picks. The place to do that is in our Facebook group, or of course on his own show. Anyways, let's get to another free pick. Of course, you can use that discount code PLAYOFF. Get 15% off all purchases today at Sports Chat Experts. It only works at Experts. It does not work at SportsChatPlace.com Premium and Premium Plus. Every time I put a discount code up, I always get a ton of emails. Hey, I don't know where to put it on the premium area. Get to another free pick. I like the Heat against the Bulls. The Heat, I mean, they missed every free throw in sight last night and still almost won the game against the Pistons. I know they're on a back-to-back, but the Bulls are terrible this season. Absolutely horrible. 10 and 35 overall. 5-16 straight up at home. I'm going to take the Miami Heat -3. That'll be our second pick for today's show. We got a gigantic card of college basketball today. Gigantic. Of course, if you're watching us on YouTube Live, you can hit that thumbs up. I greatly appreciate it. Costs you nothing. Helps us a bunch. I had a ton of premium picks today, and I have a bunch that I didn't put in games I like. That's how many premium picks I had. I had so many written down on paper that I couldn't even put them all in. I like Northern Kentucky against Youngstown State. going to have to lay 8.5 on the road in this one, but Northern Kentucky appears to be putting it together. They're, they always have had it together since they moved to Division I just 3 years ago. And this has been a team on a mission. They get to the NCAA tournament, as newbies. But they have, Duke, Virginia, all those big games, those are all in the premium area. So be sure to check them out in the premium area. Anyways, I like the way Northern Kentucky has been playing. I know Youngstown State has been covering a lot of games, 7-3 against the spread in the last 10, even though they're just 3-7 straight up. That's a team that usually gets too many points, but I think in this one, probably in some deep doo-doo. We're gonna take Northern Kentucky, and of course, without even saying, we're gonna take Vermont minus the 20. We just take Vermont every single time, and overall, it's done as well. 5-1 against the number at home, 7-2 against the spread in the last 10 games. It's, the way that they do the basketball lines, they come out for even these small teams, even are lined now. And Vermont is one of those teams, and they just kill everybody. And they just make the spreads bigger and bigger and bigger, but it really doesn't matter. They didn't cover last time out, but against a Binghamton team that's just 5-13 on the season, good luck. 1-8 on the road this season instead of stepping into a hornet's nest in Vermont. We like Vermont minus 20. Yeah, St. John's Butler is in the premium area. So you guys, it's $49 a week for the premium. $7 a day. I have probably 15 picks in there today, so it's 50 cents a pick. It's all these games you guys are mentioning. All of them are in there. Wisconsin, Michigan, Duke, Virginia, St. John's Butler, they're all in there. We got Tennessee taking on Alabama. I think that Tennessee's been playing extremely well. Brian Schofield and this whole bunch and Tennessee's been outstanding. We have inverse line movement here though, with Tennessee 61% of the general public on Tennessee, only 39% on Alabama. We're going to start to see these Tennessee lines get out of hand because they have been covering everything in sight. I think this is a good spot to take the dog. I'm going to take Alabama plus the 13. I think today is a very doggy day, to be honest with you. I think today's one of those days where it's like there's no NFL football, no college football. It's the first day that college basketball really has the whole day to itself. I know there is that early NBA game that we went over, but aside from that, today is college basketball's kind of coming out party. So I expect them to. I expect the dogs to show up because the books aren't going to take a bath on a day like today. I like West Virginia plus the 4.5 against Kansas. This is the funky line movement, right? Only 25% of the bets have been made on West Virginia, yet the line drops 1.5. West Virginia hasn't been able to get a whiff of a win in recent games. Kansas 8-2, it's straight up in their last 10, but just 4-6. Only 1-2 on the road this season. These are the games where Bob Huggins just seems to really show up, and I think West Virginia plus 4.5. I had them on my premium list, but they didn't make the cut, right? Because I had so many games on here. They didn't make the cut. Another game that didn't make the cut. I like Auburn minus the 4.5 against Kentucky. I think that Auburn, this is kind of like, if they're going to get over the hump in the SEC, today is the day that they have to do it. You can win all these games, and you can beat up on the lesser teams, and you can do all of that stuff. But if you want to be the team to beat in the SEC, it all goes through Kentucky, and Auburn's never going to get a better chance than this. They get, they're at home. It's center stage type deal. I like Auburn minus 4.5 against Kentucky. If they don't cover this one, then we're going to know a lot about Auburn. we're going to learn a lot about Auburn in this game either way, because Kentucky could be the better Kentucky, the worse Kentucky, whatever the case may be. It doesn't matter. If you want to be the team in the SEC, it all goes through Lexington. It all goes through University of Kentucky. Anyways, of course, we do at least 3 free picks on this show every single day. Our best bet's always over at sportschatexperts.com as well as sportschatplace.com, Premium Plus. If you're interested in premium picks, we have 30 plus of the top handicappers in the world at sportschatexperts.com. You can use the discount code PLAYOFF and get 15% off all of your purchases there today. If you're buying just my premium picks over in the sportschatplace.com premium area, those picks are already discounted, so the discount code will not apply there. Let's keep rolling. We've done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We've done 7 picks already. That's how many games there are today in college hoops. So many. Yeah, I don't know why you always ask for NHL. I grew up in Miami. I really didn't grow up watching hockey. It's not one of my games. I've never given a premium pick on the NHL. So, really, NHL I give out on the show when there's absolutely nothing else. But if you want NHL, we have some great NHL premium handicappers out there. And, of course, we have free picks on every single game, every single day at sportschatplace.com. Joined us late. Of course, we recap at the end of every show. Anyways, we do at least 3 free picks. We've done 7 already. See what else we can dig up on the schedule. We got Washington minus 16.5 against Cal. Cal's absolutely hideous this season. This line was at 18, even with 54% of the public on Washington. The line has dropped a 1.5. I think it's at 16.5. It's playable. At 18, I didn't love it. We'll take that, and that'll be our 8th pick for today's show. Do a couple more quick hitters. I like Baylor plus 4 against Texas Tech. I just like the way that they've been playing, and these Big 12 games have been pretty close. So Baylor's my pick in that one. We've seen Texas Tech, play extremely well. They're definitely in the tournament. I think they got a chance to win the Big 12 and to win the Big 12 tournament as well. I just think that Baylor has been so resilient. It's a team that we've seen down, points, down big numbers, yet they rally, they never give up, and I like that in a team. It's called guts. And you don't see it enough in sports these days. You don't see it enough anywhere these days. Let's do one more quick pick here. Just kind of ripping through the games here. There's so many of them. We'll go with Vandy plus the 3 against Mississippi State. I know Vandy's just 4-7 against the spread at home, but 8-3 straight up. Mississippi State 1-1 on the road and 1-1 against the number. Not good enough for me. I got weird court in Vandy. I think it causes problems for more teams than it doesn't. We'll take Vandy plus the 3 points at home, and that'll be our last pick for today's show. Of course, if you're watching us on YouTube Live, if you could hit that thumbs up, greatly appreciated. But anyways, let's recap. We took the 76ers minus 2, the Heat minus 3, Northern Kentucky minus 8.5, Vermont minus 20, Alabama plus 13, West Virginia plus 4.5, Auburn minus 4.5, Washington minus 16.5, Baylor plus 4, and Vandy plus 3. This is Mitch. Thanks for joining me. Have a great day, everyone. Maybe I'll come back on later on this afternoon for an update live show. So I would follow us on our subscribe to our YouTube channel. Click the little bell. You'll get notified when I go live. There's so many games today. I could easily come back on and do a whole nother show, and I might do that later on this afternoon. Thanks for joining me. Have a great day.